hear that? It's like the pulse of the street, a hole in the chest.
Yo, 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 what's going on, my people? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of the Radical Latino Show. You know what I'm saying? Episode 187, you know what I mean? That means somebody's gonna die. No, let me stop. Episode 187. Shout out to y'all. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody in the chat. A huge shout out to everybody listening right now. A huge shout out to Don, Johnny. A huge shout out to Denise. A huge shout out to Danielle. A shout out to Lovely. You shout out to Jose. You shout out to everybody up in the room right now. We are live streaming in multiple platforms right now. We're live streaming on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So definitely shout out to everybody listening and watching your boy at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of y'all. Now I got to give you guys a couple of updates on everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Your boy's been very active. You feel me? Your boy's been very active on making some well, before we get into that, want to just let y'all know the documentary is still on its way. I got in touch with one of these Haitian professors, so we already scheduled a date. So just to let y'all know, it's coming. The documentary is coming. So just to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? The documentary is coming. I just literally got maybe 3 more people. The Haitian professor is one of them. 3 more people to do my thing, and that's it. It's pretty much I just go into the cave and just start editing like crazy. So I'm gonna give y'all a timeline, maybe from now to like October. Hopefully, from now until October is gonna be editing time, and maybe around the end of October, that's when y'all can see part 2. Your boy's working hard, man. I'm telling y'all, this isn't easy. You know what I'm saying? Making a documentary is not easy. So I just want to give y'all a shout out because mind you, this is a free documentary for you guys. And not only that is because I want to know the information myself. This information, especially Latino history, it's always forgotten about. It's always undermined. It's always swept under the rug. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we got to be honest about. Latino history is pretty much, just left alone and not even tackled. So because of that, that's the reason why I take it upon myself to do what I want to do, to let our stories be told. Because let's be honest, in America, Latinos are pretty much ignored. Let's be honest. It's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else's problem is pretty much in the forefront except for ours. Our problem is ignored. Our problems is like swept under the rug and all that. So I don't think that's a good thing. So that's the reason why I'm making this documentary the way I'm making this documentary. You know what I mean? Love it or hate it, I'm definitely going to put my my stamp on it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Trust me, part 3 is not going to be as long. You guys are not going to wait as long as you guys are waiting for part 2. Trust me, because while I'm recording these interviews, I'm also recording part 3 and 4. So just want to let y'all know that. Right now I'm putting the StreamYard link into the chat right quick. I want to get a feeling in the room right quick. There's 14 people watching. How have y'all did y'all see Tyga's Did y'all see Tyga's a video called Caramba? Did y'all see that? If y'all did, put a one in the chat. If y'all saw Tyga's videos Caramba, put a one in the chat real quick. I wanna know the vibe of the room right now. If y'all saw his joint Caramba, yeah, okay. So I got one person that saw it. Anybody else that saw it? Anybody else that saw that video? Anyway, I do not watch trash. There's a reason. Why. Okay, all right. Don says number 2 was it another well, there's a reason why. I'm asking is because I don't know if you guys know who American Cholo is, right? Well, I just recently got introduced to American Cholo. I just got introduced to him, so I don't know too much about him. But apparently, he was up in the forefront of this of Tyga's Ay Caramba joint because it portrayed Latinos in a negative light. According to him. Let me hold on. Let me just let me see. Okay. Let me see something. I'm actually bring up the image. All right. Okay. So I brought up the image right quick. Hold on. All right. I brought up the image right quick. So, all right. So let me let y'all know right quick. Boom. Okay. So for the people who it was, yeah, it was kind of it's pretty stupid and stereotypical. So check. I want y'all to see this this joint real quick. So check this out. So the video pretty much opens up, right, with Tyga, watching telenovela, right? Him sitting on a couch in a dirty house and watching TV, big and fat and all that. And then he's watching TV with chips and all that other stuff. And in the TV, he's pretty much watching a bunch of Latinos that the Tyga is pretty much dressing up as. You know what I'm saying? He's dressing up as the. Let me see if I could try to get this. Hold up. Let me see if I could try to get this right now. He was dressed up as a luchador. Right there, like you guys could see that. Come on, get out of here. Right there, like a dancer or whatever the case is. He's dressed up as that. He was dressed up as I think one of them was one of them was Joe Samity Sam or something like that. But the most biggest part where I had to agree with American Cholo was that homie is a part of the video where he's in a lowrider and homie's dancing, right? And tortilla chips are like pretty much like raining down on them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, I was like, okay. That right there, I was like, all right, that's a little messed up. You know what I'm saying? That's a little messed up. Let me see if I could try to. So this is part of his costume. In you know what I'm saying? This is part of his costume in his video. So to me, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I wasn't offended because he's pretty much portraying like Mexican stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? But let's be 100% honest. even with those Mexican stereotypes, people outside of it are still going to see all Latinos ex-Mexican. Let's keep it 1,000. So I saw it beyond that. So when American Cholo was like, yo, you were portraying us in a wrong way, I understood that. I was like, all right, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I totally understand that. And actually, the outcry was so crazy. The outcry was so crazy that American Cholo actually pulled up to Tyga in the studio when they actually talked. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay. Right here. So the good part about it is the video got taken down by Tyga. So that's the good part about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the good part about it. So wait. This goddamn commercial? What the hell? Wait, give it a minute. All right. Okay. Here it goes. There it goes. So this is a disclaimer pretty much of what's going on, right? And I want y'all to hear something real quick.
Was Gil, American Cholo. And so first and foremost, I want to say I thought it was dope for you to take the initiative to, you know what I'm saying, to reach out. You know what I'm saying? And that's honestly how this even happened. Shout out to our guy Lulu, who connected the dots for us as well, man. But I don't know if we should let you speak first, Gil, and
Sure.
just kind of tell us your point of view on.
Right. So first of all, thank you for coming, Tyga.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I'm not looking for any kind of fight. I'm not looking to blame or call Tyga any names. I'm looking for some kind of understanding, because in the community, the brown community, Mexican community, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't the song itself that was so offensive to us. It was the videos. It was the visuals on it, right? And I believe that it has a lot to do with just not just Tyga himself, but a lot of the industry being tone deaf when it comes to Mexican American or just brown people in general. And let me explain.
I'm gonna pause it real quick. I agree with him on that. I 100% agree with them on that. The industry has been tone deaf when it comes to Latinos. Let's be honest. When it comes to Hollywood, we either the drug dealers or the maid or the, you know what I'm saying? We always either on some like lower level submissive type of job, or we're like this criminal criminal overhead that's in the underworld. You know what I'm saying? So there's always this element of like, we're in the streets or we're in a submissive position. You feel me? So it's always something like that. And I understand where he's coming from, and I'm gonna continue on playing it.
To what I saw as a brown man looking at that video.
Okay.
I'm looking at the video, and originally I see a greasy fat Mexican eating chips, room's all dirty. And then I see when he's outside in the lowrider, you got tortilla chips falling down. And a lot of times when it comes to us, people don't really see it. But when I flip the script on it and say, okay, let's put an African-American man sitting down on a couch, dirty ass room, eating some fried chicken, goes outside into the lowrider scene, and you got watermelon falling from the sky. And that kind of visual is the kind of visual I got to kind of explain to other people so they can see what we're talking about. And the song itself, no, not at all, brother. I don't think the song is offensive. I don't believe the caramba part's offensive either, not any way, shape, or form. But I think that maybe, I don't know if somebody wrote that video for you or you did it. I think when you guys were all in a room thinking about what you were doing, you guys probably thought it's going to be funny, it's going to be fun, we're going to have a good time about it. But it seems almost, and correct me if I'm wrong, like you had no real representation of any Mexican American in that room telling you, hey, Tyga, I don't think this is it. To me,
I'm gonna have to agree with them on that. I'm gonna have to agree with them on that. And the thing is that if we would have flipped it and a white person is rapping, but yet dressed up as a black person on blackface, and then the watermelon will be coming down and he's eating fried chicken, all these negative stereotypes is gonna be an issue. The black community, first of all, the black community would have got this dude canceled. You know what I'm saying? The black community would have got this dude canceled. It's crazy that it took me. I love fried chicken too, so don't get me wrong. I love fried chicken too, but it would have got this dude canceled already. Let's keep it 1,000. It would have got this dude. It would have got that guy canceled. The thing is, this happened 2 weeks ago, and this conversation happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Look how big of an outcry it had to be. That was 2 weeks ago, and I'm finding about it now. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the way. What I'm saying is, it wasn't that big. We didn't put it as a community as something that big as it should have been. I didn't see it on Twitter. I didn't really see it, but apparently it was all over some of these other places. Apparently, but I understand what American Cholo was talking about, and I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. That these negative images of us, you know, should be addressed. It shouldn't be mocked. It shouldn't be shown in a light where that's not the majority of Latinos. You feel me? It's like doing a music video and saying that all Latinos are immigrants. Like, what? You feel me? Let's be honest. All Latinos are not immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Let's be 100% honest. All Latinos are not immigrants. For those who might not know, the border crossed Latinos, and there's a huge, huge part of Latinos that were here already, been here already. You feel what I'm saying? Collab with American Cholo. I'll try. I'll see if he's down with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say anything, but see if he's down with it. He seems like a cool person. But that's what it is. You know what I mean? But I think I got two other people in the room. Hold on for 1 second. Let me wait. Open wound. There you go. I got Dominican Bronx and I got the 18th letter. What's going on, guys?
Yo, what's up, Rad? How you doing?
Yo, what's up, bro? Dominican Bronx, bro. You gotta unmute your mic.
Hey, how you doing?
This guy. That's like, yo, what's up, bro?
Oh, I'm chilling, just drinking a beer and everything like that. Just being the most hated Dominican.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm chilling though, you know what I mean? So
yeah, what's up? Yo, what do you guys think about this the Tyga thing, and like what you think about that?
Well, the situation with Tyga, I wanted to say it was a guy named Hoodie from the Hood who's this Crip guy, black guy out of San Diego, who addressed this first. He addressed this when it first came out. And there was a few black YouTubers that addressed this and had, checked Tyga on that to tell him to take that video down, because I actually posted the link in the back chat to Hoodie from the Hood's video. He addressed that right when the video came out, and he said the exact same thing that American Cholo said, which I think is where American Cholo got the reference from his video. He said if it was in reverse and they made a video with some fat greasy black dude with fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy, it'll go up, which it would have. So he said, Tyga, you making it, you because you don't have to deal with situations like that. He was like, if I'm out here in these streets and we gotta, deal with certain essays behind something like that, you wouldn't do anything about that. He's like, stop being a clown and just take that video down. And there was a few other guys that said, a few other black guys was like, "We not rocking with you. We not rocking with you. This because this is a a caricature of Mexican culture, and anybody would be offended by that. You don't do shit like that, man."
Yeah, and mind you, I'm not Mexican, right? And I wasn't offended at first, but I saw how offensive it could be taken. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, all right, I see.
Yeah,
I
it's
see
just
where...
it's just respect. Period. Even though I'm not Mexican, I'm not going to take any negative stereotype of any group and portray that in the video in a jokingly manner. Like you just don't do shit like that. Like if you gonna represent their culture, you try to represent it in the most respectful manner in the most respectful manner
And I
as
think
possible.
what Panarican said, I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I don't hear about this is because our people really don't care. That's true. That is true. But it was a big enough outcry from the Mexican community to have Tyga sit down and actually have that conversation with American Cholo. Now American Cholo. Well, now Tyga has taken the video down. So that is something, something good. So shout out to him then on that. Don, you got any opinion on this?
Well, okay. I know that a lot of people are making an outcry of this Tyga video, which is actually corny. And I've always thought that Tyga's been a corny rap artist. But this is my thing. A lot of people did not check on the other rapper named YG when he went up and made that wax song called Go Loco, right? He went up and used Mexican stereotypes again, right? Just like the Tyga video. Now Tyga was in this video. You get what I'm trying to say? And then the Puerto Rican rapper by the name of John Z, they went up and they just had him speak in Spanish. And to me, he was a good rapper, but the verse it just stuck. It just stinks because if you're gonna go and make a song go local, right? And people are just dressing up in Mexican attire and everything like that. Yeah. For goodness sakes, just go around and put on a Mexican rapper. That song was whack, and Tyga's song is whack because at the end of the day, I mean, Tyga thought that he could do the same, just like how YG went and did that whack video called Go Loco, right? But he got the backlash because at the end of the day, he thought that he was gonna find the same formula. He was gonna do the same formula like years before that YG did, and he just happened to be in the video. But now it just backfired on him. And that's it.
Yeah. Like hold on. I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm actually I'm understanding it now. I'm understanding this whole thing now. So hold up. So you mean to tell me? Wait. So you mean to tell me that these? Hold up. So this is YG right here. This is YG. And he made this. I seen people in the outcry for this. I have seen people in the outcry for this.
Yeah, it was. It was, but it was not that much of a bigger outcry than Tyga now, because there was a lot of Mexicans that was offended by that first video.
And also, I know Blueface made this song called Carne Asada, and he at least he has some Mexican homies there, but
exactly that's what I'm saying. But at least put some Mexican rappers, like for example, YG has a dude by the name of Sad Loco, right? You could have at least had him rapping in Spanish. But yet you got John Z, who's from Puerto Rico, and then the song it made no sense.
Yeah. Wait, I got give me 1 minute, bro. I got Johnny Mills. Johnny, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Yo, what up? And I got Laz Zulu. What's going on, Laz Zulu? Laz Zulu,
hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? How you doing, guys?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Really quickly, what with Laz Zulu first, and then I'm gonna go to Johnny. Laz Zulu,
Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta turn off my TV real quick. Give me 1 second.
All right. let me just go to Johnny real quick. Johnny, what do you think about? First of all, shout out to you for coming through. What do you think about the situation, man?
I think it was kind of I think it was corny. Be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody. I did not like the stereotypical type what he did.
Yeah.
Then I knew about that other video. The other video you showed. The YG did that. I did see the clip. Saw the. I didn't click the video, but I just saw the image.
Yeah. I know that dressing up as a dude in mariachi, that's like super like sacred. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, I don't know nothing about it. I'm not Mexican, so I wouldn't know. Laz Zulu, what are your thoughts on this, bro?
My thoughts on the entire situation is that to the point I understand what they mean. Or what is the dude's name? American Cholo. Yeah. I understand to a degree his sentiment, but I think his fake outrage and to the max. You know what I mean? So like okay. I understand it. It's just like when you see like we have black people, they may, let's say somebody may wear box braids, and all of a sudden, oh my God, this one chick wore box braids. Hair left and right. It's like you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I understand quote unquote the issue of it because I can see on the visual line that that's not necessarily how you want to be portrayed. But like I said, I never really heard any Mexicans necessarily. I work crazy enough. I work with a lot of Mexicans and Ghanaians, so I work with a lot of quote unquote Africans and little Latinos from Mexico, some from Honduras. So. They didn't. Ain't nobody ever told me anything about it. Anybody even questioned me about it necessarily. So I don't feel. I never really got the understanding that it was disrespectful. But to me, I think you should necessarily have a layer of respect. Like I wouldn't want nobody coming up and I don't know some. I can't even say even hood garb. I guess some weird African garb, and they come with some Nikes on and say Black American culture, and you know do it and start spinning your head or some shit. You know, whatever. Got it.
Yeah. I feel you on that. And I think Pat Enrique said again, our stuff is not taken serious because we don't really care about it seriously, which is really screws us at the end because we don't take our seriously, you know, and no one else will. That's actually true. And on top of that, a lot of Latinos here are not Mexican, so some might find it offensive and other people might not. You know what I'm saying? So that whole thing is going to be, you know, is going to be up in the air and all that. Now, I'm going to move it on to the next subject. I don't know if a lot of you might know, but who knows who Desus and Mero is?
I do. I haven't really watched the show.
Yeah. These two. They were in a Viceland and now when they were in Showtime, but apparently these two Bronx legends, this actually hit home for me. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. This joint hit home for me. Apparently they broke up. They broke up as a duo and all that. There's a lot of speculation. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of speculation saying that the Latino dude, right? Saying that he sided with the manager because the manager was who was a victim, who was somebody that they couldn't work with anymore, and they wanted to sever ties with him. And Desus, which is the dark-skinned dude, he decided to stay with Showtime, and apparently they might be going through like, you know, different creative differences or whatever the case is. So that to me is kind of crazy because I'm not gonna lie, these two right there are dumb funny. You know what I mean? Especially with the references and especially coming from the Bronx and all that. So I definitely give them a huge shout out. But it's very sad that Desus and Mero I'm not gonna no longer be, you know, together as a comedy duo. You feel me? What y'all think about that?
When it comes to that necessarily, I mean, it is just kind of what it is on that one. I mean, that is business and money. And let's be honest, if when it comes to separating from the white man, most black folk ain't about to do that. So, so let's just not even lie to ourselves and be like, oh, no.
Yeah. Now, Don, what you think about that? Because you know who Desus and Mero is. So, what you think about that?
I mean, if you really look at it, I'm not, even though they're from the Bronx and everything like that, we don't really know what goes on in the entertainment circles. The reason why I say that is because I have a cousin who's actually a director, and he actually works on shows and everything like that.
Yeah.
So we don't know really when it comes down to the boardroom and where executives decisions be made, what really goes down. Certain people could speculate, we might understand, but unless we actually go into that world where contracts and all the other stuff is happening, we don't know the real reason why they broke up. And the thing is, though, certain people will try to say, "Oh, they're against each other and stuff." When the fact is, they might have broke up, and it's not really that serious between them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move on to the main topic real quick. I'm gonna put both of y'all in the back. Just stay in the back because I'm gonna bring y'all both in. All right. So the main topic pretty much is the Caribbean connection to Africa, the Caribbean to Africa connection. Right now, I ran into somebody sent me something, which is very, very, very interesting. Right. It was an article, and then pretty much I had to go out and try to understand what this article meant, because it has to do with this thing called CARICOM, which I had no idea about. But basically, CARICOM is African nations trying to get together with Caribbean nations as a economic front of unity, which makes a little sense because there's a lot of history and a lot of cultural similarities between the Caribbean culture, even Latino Caribbean, and Africa, right? So this article pretty much says on September 7th, 2021, the leaders of the African Union and the Caribbean community came together and formed the first African CARICOM summit. This landmark event has been a long time coming, held in different years, but never really formed as a unity. Now CARICOM has a global stance, and it stands for basically reparations and other economic benefits for the Caribbean and also Africa. And majority of the Caribbean islands is part of CARICOM, which is Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and so on and so forth. So for those who still might not know what CARICOM is, a brief explanation. I got something that's like 47 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And before this ad finished playing with this white woman, hold up. Let me bring it up. Blah. Okay. Bang. All right.
There are now 15 member states that comprise the Caribbean Community CARICOM and 5 associate members. The idea to form the regional grouping was proposed in 1972 when leaders decided to transform the Caribbean Free Trade Association, CARIFTA, into a common market. This decision was formalized by the signing of a treaty on July 4, 1973 by Prime Ministers Errol Barrow of Barbados, Dr. Eric Williams of Trinidad and Tobago, Michael Manley of Jamaica, and Forbes Burnham of Guyana in Chaguaramas, Trinidad and Tobago. Since then, every year, July 4th is celebrated as CARICOM Day.
Okay, so I did not know July 4th was CARICOM Day, right? That's something that I didn't know. But pretty much that's what CARICOM is a economic benefit union that pretty much helps out and connects, the Caribbean to Africa. Now, there's a lot of things that a lot of people might not know that, hey, why is Africa and the Caribbean so similar? And I'm gonna say Africa is very similar to the Caribbean than Latin America because of the connection that they still held. Now let me just break down history for 1 second. During the Inquisition of the Spanish bringing in slaves and all that other stuff, they brought it to the Caribbean first, right? Latinos were the first ones enslaved. Let's be 1,000. Latinos did not become a thing until 1421. Before that, our ancestors were Native Americans. Were the Arawaks, the Tainos, and all them other people, right? So when the Africans started to come in and they started intermingling with the indigenous tribes, they started to find out that there's a lot of similarities within culture, religion, and practices within each other, to the point where certain indigenous tribes actually adopted some African tradition and vice versa. Those Africans that were there adopted some native traditions. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth, to the point where when everybody started intermingling with each other, when the Spanish got kicked out and everybody started intermingling with each other, that's when all these other cultures and practices started to come in and started to become, something of a common practice. That became a lot stronger in the Caribbean. It became a lot stronger than it did in South America. Now, a lot of y'all might be like, how come? Just let's look at some of the differences. If you go to South America, the majority of the phenotypes in South America are going to be native. The majority is going to be y'all going to have a strong native connection in South America with phenotypes and DNA than you would have in the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, you're going to have more of an African presence. Let's be 1,000. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? There's certain parts of South America like Belize and Brazil and all that does have a majority African presence, but we cannot rule away the Caribbean where their bloodline is actually intact. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of similarities that actually happen. So I went and I started looking up to the Caribbean-African relationship, right? So it basically says the Caribbean and African ties run deep. They are based on shared history, culture, sense of common identity, forged by the slave trade, which relocated more than 10 million Africans to what they call the New World, creating a large center of African diaspora to Caribbean connection. The common historical experiences of slave and colonization inspired a formation of Pan-African movement in the 1900s, led by an African diaspora outside of Africa, organized around the agenda of decolonization and racial equality, which spanned several decades and early periods, marking a rich and vibrant, dynamic period of culture of African Caribbean relationships. That's something I did not know, right? But me and Don could probably tell you, and any other Latino want to come in, could probably tell you a lot of similarities when it comes to music, food, and some of the let me just say something right quick. This is a facial expression, pointing with your lips. A lot of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, I believe Cubans, I don't know if Cubans do this, but Puerto Ricans and Dominicans do this a lot. They point with their lips. You know what I'm saying? That's an African thing. Africans point with their lips. A lot of foods that we have and that we call something is actually the same exact thing in certain parts of Africa that they call something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even some of the dances about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bring some of the people that was in backstage. You know what I'm saying? And I wanna have this discussion. Don and Laz Zulu. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, if you actually look at it, it is true, because I'll say one day when I was selling mixtapes in the Bronx, I got in contact with some Guinean dudes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though my mom Dukes didn't approve of me eating their food and everything like that. But the way that they cooked the food was similar to how some Dominicans in my region cook their steak.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what you that's how you you were like, yo, we're nothing different from how we do it, right?
And then on top of it, there's certain musical patterns. I mean, if you actually look at salsa, merengue,
Cumbia.
cumbia.
Yeah.
I mean, the guaguancó from Cuba and bolero. If you actually look at all these musical genres, right, it all came from Africa.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
May I say something to Smoothie? You're not my mother, so therefore you're not going to go around and shut me up.
Wait, what's Smoothie saying? What's going on? What's going on?
It's better not to pay attention to the chat, man. The chat's
yeah. Don't worry about that. So last Zulu, what do you think about that?
Personally, everything I heard from the CARICOM situation, from when I talked to most Caribbeans, they said that they don't really benefit from that necessarily.
Really?
Yeah, like the on the ground Caribbeans, they said it don't really do too much for them.
Okay.
Day-to-day, and then on a day-to-day kind of life, living their life. From my understanding, now, I have not researched this myself. This is just from word of lip, from past to person to person. So this basically, that's why I can't clarify exactly. But if I was told that necessarily was not those, basically them African country was basically Nigeria. In any code, I hate to be that guy. If any Nigerians maybe ducked off in a corner someplace, but anything that goes with Nigeria in it is, you basically need to say white man by default, because when you say Nigeria, I know the country ain't run by white people, but it's run by white people. You don't see them there, but trust me, it's not a leaf that get moved that they don't know about it. That's going down in that country. I know a lot of they like to quote unquote have that little fight about it ain't true. We ain't colonized. It's kind of the same thing when you got Japanese people with rest of the Asian cultures. Like they call them the white people of Japan because they basically do what the white people tell them to do. Yeah. It's kind of that kind of setup. So when I heard Nigerian was the one leading this, it's kind of like you always want to kind of be weary when you hear it. Oh, Nigerian is leading something in another country. Weary. You have to kind of understand that concept, because if you don't understand it, you're thinking, oh, it's just a good thing. From my understanding, they only let certain countries in there, like Jamaica. Haiti was not. The Dominican did get in there, but Haiti got blocked from my understanding. So I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, so, Haiti. First of all, I didn't know nothing about CARICOM, to be completely honest with you. This is something new, but apparently it's been something going on for the countries. Now, for what I do know is that Haiti was blocked, but they got reconsidered, and it's back on now apparently, but in a very like limbo type of stage.
Basically,
so it's a little weird, but continue. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So when I looked into it briefly, like I said, I didn't do a full scale research, so I can't come up here and say I looked here, and I can cite my sources. But this is from the small looking into I did, and from word lips from the people that I spoke to. Most people said they don't feel the effects of it. It's just necessarily the business class of that area basically honing out their markets to the Nigerian necessarily people necessarily. So that's basically what I was told. They would say that just like you have the markets over here in of America, you have the Chinese market, which basically is the people that they just left them out there with basically nothing to cover them.
Wait, hold up. I'm a little confused. Y'all keep thinking that because y'all have light skin and straight hair, black people are supposed to kiss your asses. Who the hell said that?
Oh no. See, you gotta remember one of the two things. You have also the you got Tariq Nasheed out here just he out here working double time on the propaganda loop because he out here throwing out fights. Just like what I think one of the guys
He's coming at like Afro Latinos and all that other stuff. Like come on now, bro. Like what the fuck?
I mean, me personally, if Tariq Nasheed ever comes at me, I will school his ass. Second of all, I'm gonna say something. Tariq Nasheed or Tariq Nadweeb, how I say it, he sounds like an ignorant bastard that doesn't have a passport and then wants to make all the generalizations just because a Latina girl turned him down.
Yo, check this out. Like somebody asked me to. First of all, I made a couple of videos about Tariq and also about the other guy, Jason Black or Professor, whatever. They're both the same people. But somebody told me, yo, if I have so much of a grievance, why don't I just pull up in one of his things? My thing is, I want to build my platform to a good amount of space in order for him to come to me. Because going into somebody's platform on the internet is very easy to cut someone off, kick them out, and all that. When we're face to face, that's gonna be something different. You feel what I'm saying? So
exactly.
My solution to the whole thing is I'm gonna build my platform. It's not gonna be necessary just for him, but I'm gonna build my platform. But if he has a grievance, because I heard that he wants to talk to American Cholo face to face. So I'm like, oh, okay, because you're trying to do some clout move. I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna try to build my platform. You come to me, and then we're gonna do this face to face and see what it is.
It's reverse. I mean, American Cello is trying to talk to Tariq Nasheed so he can boost his numbers. To me, you gotta look at all the angles when you see people on these platforms, because like everybody got their angle. Like you have to understand that Tariq Nasheed, he's trying to codify his base so he can have money to get from, because like other than saying what the real issues you got to fix in our community, it's easier to say, well, blame the immigrants. The immigrants got that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, there are immigrants out here actually causing fucking issues. Like, I live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's a lot of immigrants out here causing trouble that I know for a fact that I'm seeing them for myself.
Yeah,
but there is that actual people that actually are out here committing.
Yeah, but
crime.
nobody's denying that. Yeah, of course.
But then instead of just saying, oh, these percentile is doing this and that, it's just easy to say the immigrants, right? And for me, I don't really roll that way. I mean, you call a spade where I come from. But I understand he out there, he's trying to get money. Like I said, he's trying to build his the museum. He's trying to get his side money hustle on. You always got to account that he always gonna say, well, you know, it's not the problem. We got a culture problem. We got a women out here doing whatever the fuck they want to do problem. It's easier to say the immigrants because it's easier to circle the wagon around that than actually saying real issues. Got to fix.
Yo, I got Big T in the building. What's going on?
Yo, man, what's up, man? I'm just I heard everything y'all was talking about, man. But I just want to say, remember the interview I told you? Remember the interview me and you had, man?
Yeah.
How I told you I'm not really a Tyreek follower and all that, man.
Yeah.
I just liked it, how he made the movies and all that, man. Because some of them was speaking truth, you know what I'm saying? But some of them was like, you're kind of fantasizing about shit, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, big time. I'm not.
Yeah, and I do want to say something like, I don't understand why he has to come at the Latinos and all the other immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Just to get money and clout, man. And he still haven't even built the museum. I thought he wasn't no scammer, but he's another Umar. You feel me, man?
Listen, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. That whole museum thing. Let's say it does happen, right? Let's just say it does happen. First of all, shout out to him if he opens the museum up. That whole museum thing, it is what it is. My question is, this is my question though. Museum needs artifacts. What is it gonna put there? Is it gonna be like an art gallery of certain people painting certain events of history, or what? Is he gonna go to a garage sale and then he's gonna get a sword and say, well, this sword was actually from Harriet Tubman? You know what I mean? Like, which one is it? Because let's be 1,000% honest. these artifacts do come from, let's be honest, it comes from rich white people, right? They donate these artifacts to museums for a huge tax cut. Let's be 1,000 with this, right? Nobody's gonna be donating anything to Tariq's museum. I feel like it's gonna be people are gonna be very disappointed because it's gonna be a huge finesse, and what he's gonna just have is a bunch of photos and big banners around giving history, and that's it. There's not gonna be no official artifacts.
Yeah, just like he finessed his way of saying FBA's a lineage when you helped me find out this was just a damn online group that's some dumb shit, man. Yeah, I don't even use that shit no more.
I ain't gonna go to that one, but basically what I'm gonna say is simply this: it's not like he may get like some artifacts here and there, but it's basically when I look at museums are basically a chronological order of events of a time of a people, and a collection of memorabilia. Memorabilia?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And of artifacts and also just the fact of history. That's just literally what a museum is. That's why when you burn down like hundreds of thousands years of human history. That's like why you burn down quote unquote libraries. You burn down libraries to destroy the history. That's why these things are necessarily done. So it's not going to be all this fantastical stuff. It's probably just
have y'all seen like movies where there's like auctions or whatever the case is, like saying like this pistol was from Jack Sparrow in 18 whatever 14 whatever, starting at, you know what I'm saying, those are done in order to get, you know, artifacts for museums. They get donated. Let's be 1,000. They get donated for a certain price or whatever the case is. Now I doubt for a fact that he's gonna have any artifacts up in there. I doubt that. Like for like I said, I think it's just gonna be a bunch of photo banners in each wall giving a description of who this person is and all that other stuff, and that's it.
I think it's just gonna be a digital museum because certain people, they'll try, okay, this person went up and made a digital museum of all the people that were important to African American history. So I think it's just going to be that, because in reality, there's not going to be real artifacts. It's just going to be like you go into the museum, you show like a big projection, maybe like you have like a clear glass projection on how people actually lived in those times and who were the first millionaires and stuff, so kids could actually have something to aspire to.
Yeah. Like that ass. Like I think if I was him, I'll be very out in the open. Be like, listen, I got no artifacts, but these is the close enough artifacts that I could probably get, like replicas. You know what I mean? You can actually pay for that. You could pay for artifact replicas and just be open.
You're telling me I can get a rendition done of Harriman Tubman's pistol, and I can run around with I got Harriman Tubman's pistol.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you could go to like these historical like recreators. There's people who recreate, you know, ancient guns or whatever the case is. Just let them know, listen, I got a museum. I cannot get the official whatever, but I want a replica of it, and they will give it they will give you a 1-on-1 comparison. But the thing is, you have to be open about it. You have to be like, hey, yo, this is a replica of it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, hey, yo, this is what I just found back in the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we know that. We know that. I for me, I just find it funny though, because like I said, that's what I'm actually expecting him to actually do. But you know, that's between, you know. We don't really know what he's doing with the money, because at the end of the day, if you don't got control of the money, you can't. There's no, as they say, transparency between us and him. And I can already see he's already going left, just making up. I see him constantly putting lies and truth together to come up with his own narrative.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Like how are you bigging up, a certain group of people one day, like let's say Jamaicans, right? You're picking up a certain group of people one day, and then you're bashing them, calling them cheetah pea, and go back to your home country. If these places were so run down, why are you taking vacations over there?
Exactly. I mean,
but to me, this is actually hypocrisy, because if you really look at it, right, half of these guys are just actually copies of each other. You have Umar Johnson, you have the dude, what's his name, Brother Polite, and now you got Tariq Nasheed. I don't really listen to none of them because they want to try to project themselves that they're actually black leaders, when the fact is they're just running a con, just like certain organizations, which I'm not going to mention. They run the con on people suffering and ignorance. And then when they actually make their money, they say F y'all. And then, they have their own channels, which has nothing to do with black empowerment.
Facts.
It just makes me look bad as a pro-black and everything.
Now, like, listen, this is the thing. Like, you got to understand that in every, I'm gonna just say, organization or anything, you're gonna have these grifters. It's fine. That does not represent all black Americans. It doesn't represent all pro-black folks. You know what I mean? You're gonna have some of these grifters. It's unfortunate that these grifters are the biggest thing out here. You know what I'm saying? They get more play than anything else, but it's just, it is what it is what it is. I found somebody linked me to a video which is kind of funny. I heard Tariq basically bash Jamaicans. I don't know if y'all did. I heard Tariq bash Jamaicans like Jamaicans wasn't messing with Garvey. He wasn't messing with Garvey. He had to come here. It was FBA that made Garvey pop, right?
That is true.
So check.
That is true. That is It's history. Like when he tried to do that in Jamaica, they ran him literally out the country. He came to the United States, he was able to find a home, and actually able to, and that theology was able to flourish, and actually went all over the continent.
Yeah. So check this out. Check this out.
And the thing is, like I said, there's a strong sense of pride and dignity among the people of Jamaica. There was a spirit of dignity and pride there. A lot of the people there, they have no problem with their African heritage. You understand what I'm saying? There were pictures of Marcus Garvey and Haile Selassie, Rastafari. There's pictures of him all over the place. So they wear their African heritage as a badge of honor. See, that's the difference between them and us. See, we run away from our African shit. Black folks in America, for the most part, we try to disassociate with anything to do with Africa. Black folks over here love Europe, and even in the Spanish-speaking islands too, like the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rican. A lot of them and us over here, we go out of our way to not associate with Africa. And Jamaicans, they wear it as a badge of honor. See, over here and in the Dominican,
fam, right here, I just started busting out laughing, bro.
I mean, clearly, right then and there, he was telling. He was telling the truth. I mean, that's legitimate. Like over here, I think, like I work with Ghanaians. I work with Ghanaians and a couple of Nigerians. And when I have people that's from ADUS, let's go with that necessarily. When I talk to them, they be like, "Hey, them Africans don't talk to us. They don't like us. They don't, whatever. They ain't our people and whatnot." Like, I usually get, especially from the quote unquote the women. Yeah. Oh, they click up real quick about that. Like real.
No, but it's funny how he switches up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that it's very hilarious how he switches up. You know what I mean? He goes like, "Oh, we run away from our Africa shit," but now he's like, "We have to run away from our Africa." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little funny. But watch this. Let's get
Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. People won't even admit to being black. I'm Creole. I'm mulatto. I'm mixed. I'm Spanish. I'm Latino. Cats are everything but black or African. And cats got to get off that because, see, that's part of the inferiority complex that's been taught to people of color over here in the States and in Puerto Rico and in the Dominican Republic. But like I said, man, in Jamaica, man, they have a very strong communal vibe. They can live off the land. I saw a lot of people fishing. They go fishing and put that shit right on a grill. They go pick some fruit and fire that shit right on up. They handle their business. When they come over here, they look out for one another for the most part. That whole communal family vibe. And again, I'm not trying to overly idealize Jamaica because there was some crazy shit I saw too. I did see a couple of girls get cursed the fuck out in the streets.
I'm not gonna lie, that is true. That is true. Like,
That's true. Oh, that's damn true.
I see. Like, I'm not gonna lie. When you be going to the islands, you be seeing some crazy shit though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna. But that's everywhere though. That's everywhere. Like
when it comes to Jamaica, when I make no offenses. I make no.
I'm not gonna lie. When you be going to the islands, you seen some crazy shit though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
When they throw each other off of buildings, man. So when they party, they throw each other off of buildings. So you know that we're gonna have some crazy shit over there.
Oh yeah. When some Jamaicans be dancing, they be there's like a construction site just started happening.
Construction site, exactly. I'm gonna tie the drill to the top of this roof and do a backflip right on top of my
Thanks.
So I saw quite a handful of stanks, but that didn't represent everybody. For every stank, you saw some respectable females.
Facts.
And the stanks were usually on the track somewhere, so they had a job. But for the most part, the women carried themselves a certain way, and they had a real cool conversation. You can talk to them, and the conversation was cool.
But yeah, I'm gonna just stop it right there. But it's just a little funny style how homie.
Man, it's Kobe, man. It's Kobe. He need that money, but he need that extra money for that school. So I mean for the museum. My bad. I'm sorry. He need extra money for the museum. So I gotta sell it. You gotta sell a little extra hard today. That's all.
Yeah, that's all it is. I
mean, it's just another brother polite scam where you want to go and try to say something which is good to people's ears, and then after that, I take your money.
Basically, I mean, I give him the first two because the first two movies he did, I was like, okay, that was very, very nice and informative information.
Yeah.
After that third one, you start seeing the cash grab. It went from informational to give me some more money. Basically,
I'm not gonna lie. My favorite one is the third one. I'm not gonna lie.
See, what I'm saying? The first two was hard fact information. That third one, it was like it came with all the bells and the whistles. I was like, this is more flashy than it is like informational. And I thought it's kind of easing off of it slowly but surely. I was like, oh wait a minute. So
yeah. Yo, first of all, hold up. Reggaeton ain't ghetto, man. Reggaeton is our shit, bro. It started in Latin America with the influence of Jamaica. Like, get out of here with that. Reggaeton ain't ghetto.
Oh yeah, man! Y'all need to stop running away from y'all damn African heritage. I'm talking about that, and I'm talking about the individuals, man. Not everybody, because most Latinos are proud of their shit, man. Trust me.
Of course. That's the thing, yo. I'm not gonna lie. That's the thing I was talking to my wifey about.
And indigenous too. My bad.
Yeah, no, you good. Like, that's what I was talking to my wifey about that like a couple of days ago. That there's a lot of Latinos that be running away from that African influence or that African culture, and she's like, yo, you don't even know the half of it. Some of them don't even want to know about it, and I'm like, word,
yeah, it's being like that.
Yo, she put me on to like some groups that be like literally, yo, these groups like they share cake soap. I'm like, yo, what? They try to lighten themselves up. I'm like, oh hell no.
No, that cake soap is just that's taking over basically South America, India right now. It's hitting Africa like no under. It's tearing up the Caribbean like in like no other apparently.
But we gotta understand this is how white supremacy spreads, right? So what it does, it infects the mind, saying that dark skinned people are somewhat, not like ugly. You're not good to see, blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. And the beauty standard is light skin or being white. So yeah, you're gonna have those individuals with that mindset already saying, well, I gotta perfect myself. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of stupid. Yeah, but yeah, the Sammy Sosa effect. But it's kind of weird because let's be 1,000. Let's go back, right? Let's go back and peel the layers back. What white folks try to do? White folks try to darken themselves up. No. But I'm talking about visually. They try to darken themselves up, right? White folks like to enhance themselves.
Getting the plastic surgery with their lips and everything, man. Trying to be us.
Give a white Caucasian lady like 100,000 and a surgeon, she'll come back looking like she Puerto Rican. I swear to God.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
Yo, she'll come back looking like she Puerto Rican, fam, with the lips, with the hips, the thighs, and them eyes. Oh shit, I'm rapping. No, but with all that other stuff, she won't look like she's European. You know what I'm saying? But vice versa, our people, you know what I'm saying, Latinos and black folks, we try to run away from that. You know what I'm saying? Try to be something that them people are trying to be like us, that we get naturally. You know, it's insane.
Yeah, they'll never be us, man. They'll never be a black or Latin person, man.
If you actually look at the certain styles, if you look at music videos, I'm just saying in general, right? And you have the white girl, you have some white women that that they incorporate black culture into their persons or anything like that. You have some white people that they just like, okay, I don't want to look white. I want to look like Kim Kardashian or Middle Eastern or something like that. So,
Kim Kardashian is white though.
She will be classified as.
That's a little different. It's like a hybrid half and half type of thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that like Middle Eastern or some shit like that?
Yeah,
sort of is.
It is
sort of.
Okay. Yeah, I think she. Wait, doesn't? Hold on. Doesn't that?
Romania is basically like on the far western, on the far eastern.
She got all white family members. I looked it up before.
Yeah, but wait, doesn't her family come from the Caucasus Mountains?
No, the hell they
don't. Her father came from Armenian immigrants.
Oh, Armenia. Wait. Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Romanians, that's what I'm saying. They're like Romanians are like half white, half Arab-ish, because if you look at Persian Empire type stuff, so you got to go back that far. That's where they come from.
But not all Romanians have that.
Weren't they hooked up with Egyptians?
No.
I'm messing up my history.
Armenians and Turkish, right?
Yeah.
If you actually look at once upon a time, what is now Turkey had the Ottoman Empire. So all the Ottoman Empire, which really stretch out to now modern day Jordan, Israel, Palestine, Egypt, Tunisia, that was all their empire. And until after World War I, the Ottoman Empire broke up. That's where you have all these different there were countries, but now they're their own states and countries right now. And during that, the Turkish army went up and committed the first genocide in the 20th century, which is called Armenian genocide. So therefore, a lot of Armenians, they actually celebrate that day. But the Turkish government, even till this day, refuses to accept that they actually did that genocide.
Oh, damn. I didn't know nothing about that.
Oh, yeah, man. When you get out to this world of history, man, you start figuring out there's a whole lot of crazy shit going on.
I didn't know nothing about that, yo.
That's a whole nother thing. Like that, they've been fighting for it's like the quote unquote Arab-ish. Then they got the mixed ones. Then you got the quote unquote fully full-blood European ones. So it goes into its own little sets depending on where you was at, who your family line come from, stuff like that.
And then on top of it, you have the descendants of Greeks, like who still live like in Afghanistan and everything like that, which is from Alexander's original army.
Yeah, yo, I'm about to show you something right now. So check this out. This happened like a couple of 2-3 years ago or something like that. These are white women trying to pretend that they black or whatever the case is. But look at what they have to do just to enhance their features, bro. Look at that. So this is the same girl right here. This is the same girl, but she had to enhance the things that she didn't have, like the lips, the skin, and all that other stuff. Right here is another shorty. No lie, shorty. I'm not gonna lie, shorty thick right
now. That can't be real. That's a lie. That's gotta be fake.
No, that ass. This is her. She even had an interview that I saw. I made a video about this and she commented on my video. She was like, "Well, you just hating." But look at shorty. Shorty is thick, but
yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie, shorty bad. You could be blackfishing all you want my bedroom, shorty. No, let me stop.
I thought she can blackfish over there, but I can't keep it though. But
yeah. Fact.
She can definitely get caught and released, bro.
But check this out. On the left, this is how she really is. She's a white shorty. She's just a white shorty, right? She do look a little mixed, but whatever. And on the right, this is all the things that she had to do. You know what I'm saying? She enhanced herself. And on top of that, she's tanning and all that, enhanced her lips and all that, put fake hair on. Come on now. So
no, that's what I was just that's the point that I was talking about right now, that you have certain people that will actually go the extra mile to be a ethnicity that are not. I'll put this for example. One day when I was in high school, I saw a French film that my Spanish teacher actually put on. So what this guy did, this French guy, right?
European women have great bodies. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right.
That's a goddamn lie. Yeah.
But the movie was French, right? Yeah. So this French guy wanted to play within the Afro-Cuban band or whatever the case may be in France. But the thing is, though, they rejected him. They was like, man, you're too white. So what the guy did, in order to fit in with the Cubans, he actually went to a tanning salon, so therefore he could actually darken himself, so therefore he could have I guess a quote unquote a Caribbean Hispanic look.
Yeah.
So therefore when he played congas and everything like that, he could fit in. When the fact is he was actually white. You have certain people that will actually do that. I guess for whatever, maybe it's a spy mission.
One thing I have noticed, and this is something I said this before, that you don't have no other race, right, of people with the same features that we like in a woman. For example, nice chest, a nice ass, and all that. You only find that with Black and Latin women. You have not seen that in an Asian person, and you have not seen that in a European person. Now, there are some.
I disagree with you.
Wait. There are some, and I'm talking about some European women who do have a nice body and all that. But you could count them on one finger, bro. The majority of them, they all be flat, son. You feel me? All I'm saying is,
I disagree with you on that.
All I'm saying is the majority of the women that I have found that have all them other features are Black and Latinas, bro.
I mean, they might have the features, but they don't get no bigger than black or Latin women naturally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Naturally.
I mean, I disagree with you on that, because when I used to go to college, like near Flushing, okay. Flushing is like Asian Central, right? You have your regular Asians, right? you know, the Chinese and the Korean population, right?
You talking about the Cambodians, but if they ain't highly melanated, they ain't got no.
I'm not talking about Cambodians. I'm not talking
I
about
thought you were going to go to the whole Cambodia. I'm like, bro, you can't. But go ahead.
No, I'm not talking about Cambodians. Anyway, and then you have certain people who are actually of that race or anything like that. They have some of them females that I have seen. They actually have like bodies like a Hispanic or a black woman.
Bro, but those are enhanced, bro.
No. I'm telling you, it was not enhanced.
Word?
It was real.
How then?
Yeah, I'm talking about before the plastic surgery era. I'm talking about 05.
Oh,
therefore you had women who actually had nice bodies, like
Hispanic. I hate to break it to you, but that was the goddamn plastic area though.
And then when I moved to Jersey, I'm talking about 06 to 010, right? Yeah. And you know, I met a lot of people who are actually from the Iberian Peninsula and people who are from Germany, etc. Don't be surprised just because a lot of these women are in flat. It's the Russian women that, you know, I'm saying this is before the plastic surgery was the thing. I'm talking about you got those tough Russian women that, you know, that they're brolic and everything like that. They got more natural stuff, and they didn't even need plastic surgery. And then when you're talking about the other Europeans, I'm talking about the straight Portuguese and the Spaniard women.
Yeah.
And certain people would about, oh yeah, I love Spain, I love Portugal. I'm like, okay, but even though they're European, what you have to really look at a map. What country Spain and Italy
that's different.
It's really near to?
I hate to break it to you. Every place you just named, bro, had a heavily African influence at one point in time, man. So I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but that's the part of y'all keep missing is if you go back in history, dude, Russia had at one point in time had a huge army of African dudes that went down there and lived. If you go down there and look at quote unquote, like they still down there today in Russia, they're very, 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 very light skinned. They almost look completely white now. But if you go down also in Spain, let's be for real, the Moors had that for about like 300-400 years.
No, they had it for 800 years.
Real quick. Hold on. Homie said Latinos and blacks get the most BBLs. Yeah, and the thing is that some of them are flat. Some of them already have that, but they want it more. So you're right on that, but you're kind of skewing the stats. Thing is, I'm telling you right now, white girls do not. Nah, you bugging, bro.
No, you bugging.
All the people that
that's a lie. There's a bunch of white fucking obese bitches over here. The country is hell and everything, not country. So yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I live in upstate New York, right? I go to a gym trying to, do my fitness thing, trying to lose the weight and all that. And there's a bunch of white shorties up in there that be in skimpy little clothes and nothing and look like it. Basically, you should have just put them clothes on a broom and it'll look the same. Them shorties be walking around like like everybody's checking me out. Only the white dudes be checking them out. But I'm telling you straight up right now, there was a Latina that came in there with the same amount of clothes. She got all the attention, bro.
Oh yeah,
so
man.
They got all the attention, yo. Dudes that did arms yesterday was doing arms today, right next to Shorty. I say, Joe.
Hey man. Is she pretty and she pretty and nice? When in all the right places, we're gonna do arms again today, man.
Fam, and there was a African Shorty that came in. I think was it a couple of days after with these green tights, fam. It was over.
You just went up and described what happened to me last week.
Yeah, it was over. Wait, real quick. I got the niece in the room. What's going on, Denise? And what up? And I got Jose. What's going on? Good evening.
We came here to disrupt the peace. No,
all right.
Yeah.
I knew it, girl.
I knew it, man. I knew it.
Yeah, disrupt the peace. Disrupt the peace. No. What are your thoughts on the topic? Because we literally went off topic and all.
I saw some of the highlights of like the Tyga thing. I don't know
Yeah.
what the argument is, to
Oh.
be honest with you. And I am sorry to do this because I hate when people do it to me. So, give me like a header, and I'll continue from there. So
Which
what is
one
the
look the
issue
best?
with the whole Tyga doing Ay Caramba? What's the issue?
The issue was that Tyga depicted Mexican culture in a negative light. Basically, he in the beginning of the video he was a fat, greasy Mexican, in a dirty house and all this other stuff. And then he goes in the video, he's watching novelas and stuff, and then he goes out. And he's in a low rider with a bunch of tortilla chips falling from the sky on him while he's dancing. So certain Mexicans found that offensive.
But why?
Because it was basically modern day menstrual show to the Mexican people.
But that's so weird, though.
Like I'm gonna tell you the reason.
I'm gonna keep it. Wait, Denise, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I was not offended, and so they did the breakdown, and I was like, okay, I see why. But again, he was just talking about Mexicans. He wasn't talking about all Latinos. But let's be honest. Even if the fact that he's talking about all Mexican, like just Mexicans, all people that don't know nothing about it will be like, oh yeah, all Latinos do this. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course. I mean, I've been asked many times, which part of Mexico I'm from and which part of Mexico is Puerto Rico. I know that. The thing is, like, look, that's if you're offended by that, and I don't even know why we have Mexicans offended by that, because if there's something Mexicans are known for is their dark sense of humor. They're not easily offended people for the most part. And I live in Mexifornia. Come on. Yeah. So it's very weird that we're having Mexican snowflakes at this point. Hey, that is very weird to me. And I don't think that's offensive, because then how many videos do we have of, Latinos and Mexican, that do appropriate the African American culture, and they disrespect that culture, and also they appropriate themselves even with AAVE, so like it's so weird, that we're seeing it. And like I said, it's so weird that we're seeing this on the Mexican sector, because it's my understanding that it's very hard to, like I said, they have a very dark sense of humor. It's going to be very hard to offend them. And it's very weird to see Mexican snowflakes. That's a very a rare thing to see.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Denise. These so-called snowflakes, could it be like younger Mexicans or older Mexicans? I mean, you know anything about that?
I highly doubt that old people listen to Tyga.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean,
and I highly doubt that anyone. I don't even know why because Tyga is not even.
He's a C-list rapper,
favorite. He's not like a fan's favorite. We're not talking. We're not talking about Kanye West. We're not talking about Jay-Z. We're not talking about Kendrick Lamar. We're not talking about this when of rapper. We're not talking about Big Sean or Future. None of these things. We're talking about Tyga. Okay, Tyga is like. Literally, when you go to a bar and you see the top tier and you see the bottom, that's the cheap stuff. Tyga is in the fridge. Underneath the cheap stuff. Okay. Like he's not even a relevant rapper.
I mean, he hasn't been a relevant rapper ever. I mean, every time I listen to a Tyga joint, I feel like getting a gun and shooting on TV. That's how whack he is.
Yeah, that's so weird.
He had that one song. It was like Bands in the City, something like that. I mean, he had one hit.
Yeah, Rack City. That was the worst song.
Yeah, there you go. That one. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, and the reason why Tyga will be on the fridge for the people that are like not getting it, he will be on the fridge because that liquor is so bad that only tastes semi tolerable when cold. That's
You know,
how
it has
bad
to be
his
it has to be
music
cold
is.
to be tolerable. No, you saying it wrong. It has to be cold to be tolerable. You got to get done. Don't sugarcoat it. It got to be cold to be tolerable.
Oh my
But
god.
but when it comes
Look,
to
it's kind of like what Geopolitical says when he's like, generally Mexicans weren't offended by Speedy Gonzalez, and it's true. It takes a lot for them to get offended. I've seen that. I mean, and I have no dog in the fight because I am not Mexican. Very far from that. You know, but it would take a lot. That's one thing that's positive about Mexicans. They are not easily offended people. They literally do not care. If there's Mexican people in the chat, they can confirm what I'm saying. They literally don't care about this.
we know that. We know that it's just more to understood that like you got people. How I'm looking at it, you got people selling wolf tickets that they ain't got a, as we call them in the South, we still selling wolf tickets, but selling wolf tickets that they ain't got a cash basically. So you know, I got Tariq Nasheed on one end saying ain't no Mexicans can fight. I'm sitting here looking like, okay, that's that day he inviting issues that he ain't gonna do because he live in a nice suburb area, so he ain't fighting nobody. Then you got Tyga, like I said, he out here doing this type of stuff. But like I said, most Mexicans that I talked to didn't even know he even existed. Not gonna lie to you. Like,
yeah, he no one cares. I mean, I don't think I've yet to meet even an African American that's a Tyga's fan. Who keeps Tyga alive? I've yet to meet
women do
Tyga's fan in real life. I swear.
All right,
women do, and it's only
I'm gonna tell you who were Tyga's fans before, you know, before the fad went out. You see, Tyga was just when Young Money came out, right? You know, Tyga was the guy that he was just in the back burner, and you know, I mean, rap wise and everything like that. He went up and did a video with some Hoovers, so therefore he could have his street cred. But like around 2007 or 2008, he got his chain robbed by some Crips because of what Lil Wayne was saying when he mentioned the food chain. So therefore, since they couldn't really rob Lil Wayne, they run up and they robbed Tyga out of the Young Money chain. So, and before that, Tyga was not really even a rapper. He was just a game show contestant. Let's keep it a buck.
I mean, like I said, he's
but
not.
That's the thing. It's kind of like when people, like for example, look at what's happening in the chat. This is what we always hear when we talk about Tyga and how irrelevant he is. Do you remember that whole calling out of Tyga because of the disgusting, explicit thing that he was doing when he was, you know, hinting that OnlyFans stuff, and he had a bunch of women doing like sexual acts around him? I know Tyga had a song called Taste that was famous. I live in LA. Come on.
Guys, hold it down for 1 second, all right? Hold it down.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, I live in LA. But you're not an artist. You're not an artist. You're not a rapper even because you had one song that was good. Okay, one song does not make a fucking artist. Okay, that is the truth. Like, I don't know. Oh my god, how can you say that about Precious Tyga? Then you're a Tyga fan? No, but he had taste. Then okay, and La Ketchup had ACDB. Do you know who the Las Ketchup are? That had billions of views.
Yeah.
You know, do you know Las Ketchup?
Yeah, I've heard of them, but my mom didn't like that song because not for real though. My mom Dukes, when she went up and heard that song, right? And I had to tell her, like, yo, it's just a Spanish version of a bitty hip hop, right? And I told her this. And she was like, but the words that they're using, because you know, my mother, God rest her soul, she was Christian. She was telling me like the words that they're using is witchcraft, Mario. That's my real name. Yeah, I put it out there. And that's why she was telling me, like, yo, that song is witchcraft. I was like, all right, mom. I remember her saying that. And that's why that song it might have had 1,000 views, a million.
No,
views,
it had so much notoriety. It said
Yeah.
that alone sent them on a world tour.
I know, but then
You
after
know?
that, it fizzled out.
Exactly, because like I said, one hit doesn't make you anything. Like, unless your song is La Macarena, you cannot live out of one hit. I'm not even making this up. You cannot live over one hit. Unless your song is La Macarena, you cannot. That's a phenomenon. Okay, two fucking 60-something-year-old dudes that are like literally grandpas got together, make a song that everyone loved, and they knew what they were doing. We're still dancing La Macarena. There's no more famous song. I don't care what people say. There's no more famous song in the world known by so many different cultures as La Macarena.
Yeah.
Oh, come
That's
on.
the only type of people that can potentially say they're one hit wonder, and that hit set them for generations to come for life. Tyga doesn't happen to have that. Come on.
Well, I happen to love the Macarena.
Everyone loves La Macarena. Dale tu cuerpo alegría, Macarena, que tu cuerpo para. Yeah, everyone loves that song. Come on. And everyone knows how to dance La Macarena.
I remember like back in it had to be like 1995 and 1996. I just saw that video, the first Macarena video before they went up and they anglicized it. I remember seeing the first Macarena. I was like, okay, you see these old guys and they say Macarena, right? And I was asking my mom, because I didn't speak Spanish at the time. I was like, yo, what these guys saying? She was like, oh, it's just a song from Spain, Mario. And then after that, out of like 2 or 3 years later, they went up and they put the anglicized version and everybody's dancing it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's you know what scared me to the point where I was like, oh my God, this is gonna surpass La Macarena because I'm so sick of it. Despacito. Oh my God. Despacito was just getting to that point.
It was. I ain't gonna front.
Guys, would you believe I have the ringtone on my phone?
You see what I'm telling you? That's what I'm telling you. It was literally getting to that point. It was getting to a point where Despacito was everywhere.
The most annoying song ever.
That at first it was like, give me more. We were like Britney Spears. Give me, give me more.
But talking about songs about that, you know what song that I think that could have been in the Macarena status though?
What?
Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca. Now you got to front. Everybody in America was playing that joint.
It might be, but still, who's listening to Living La Vida Loca today?
Gays.
No one.
Gays.
Not even. Again, I live in LA. Not even. But if you go to a gays parties, they listen to La Macarena. I can guarantee you that. They dance to La Macarena. I've been to those parties.
Well, I haven't. I ain't trying to be.
No, I'm not. I'm equal opportunities. I don't do that stuff. But they still listen to Macarena. They don't listen to Living La Vida Loca like that. La Macarena is the shit. People love La Macarena. Yeah, look at Dogo Argentino. It's like that song is an old song. Yeah, it's a song that has been alive for decades. Imagine, I was a child when that song came out.
Actually, only 26 years.
I was a child. I'm telling you.
I was a young dude in my 30s.
Yeah, I was a teenager.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, that song is like God. And I'm hoping, like I said, nowadays I get it. Music, there's 50,000 songs being put out every day. For the people that don't know this,
Yeah, of course.
So of course, music is not able to marinate as much as it used to be in the 90s and the early 2000s, even in the 2010s. Today there's so much music because making music became easier for regular people with the softwares. So of course now every soccer, you can kick a trash can and 15 suckers can make a music. Especially, I don't know if you guys remember when Fruity Loop came out, you could kick a trash can and 50 fuckers that knew how to maneuver Fruity Loop was making music, no matter how crappy it sounds. So nowadays, it's going to be very hard to have something similar to that. So that's why I said Despacito was almost there, because you have to take that into consideration. Come on, in the era where 50,000 songs get put out every day, people show.
Yeah.
People chose to listen to this song for literally 2 years. That's not normal. It's not normal.
I mean, if you actually look at it, the Fruity Loops era, right? I'm just talking about as far as Dominican music and everything. Everybody, all the rappers were actually literally were making music from Fruity Loops before certain people actually started advancing and started going using Logic and Pro Tools.
Yeah, but Pro Tools was not as common because Pro Tools was expensive. The licensing for Pro Tools was expensive. Avid was not stupid. Come again?
And Reasons also.
Yeah, and Sonar it's also expensive, and Logic is also expensive. Like these programs, these softwares were not everyone could have access to them.
Nah,
so of course, and for the people, I understand that a lot of people say like Doug Argentino, like he's talking about Latin hits. I'm not talking about Latin hits. I'm talking about worldwide hits. Okay, Labios Compartidos, yeah, of course it was in Latin America. It was crazy. I love Mana. I don't care that they're like 600 years old. They are amazing. However, that was not worldwide. Okay, like there was not English versions of Labios Compartidos. There were not French versions of it. Again, La Macarena. I have no dog in the fight. La Macarena was not made by Puerto Rican people. La Macarena, it's undefeated.
My bad, guys. My bad. I got a couple of people in the back because I'm about to wrap it up now. I was on the phone with some other podcast. My bad.
Wow. He basically said, let me ditch these losers.
No. My bad. So I got Kevin C in the room. Shout out to Kevin C. And I got 718. I don't know who this is. Justin Jackson, I guess. Justin. Exactly. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So it looks like he was gonna troll. Shout out to Kevin C. Kevin, you got anything to say to the panel? I don't know how long you've been listening and stuff.
I actually tried to go back and listen to the video and just kind of speed through it. I actually wasn't going to come up, and then I saw the Tyga thing, and I was like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of confusion and issues with that. Did I think 18th later came up? Did he already speak on it?
Yeah, he did. You could speak on it.
Okay, well, and this won't take real long, but I mean he created a lot of tension in two different groups because the other part. Well, the first problem is that you guys know that he's Jamaican, right? He's Jamaican and Vietnamese, or Jamaican and Asian. You guys know that, right?
No, actually,
I wasn't aware of it. I didn't know.
Actually, he is Haitian and Vietnamese, I think.
Okay, yeah. I looked them up, and it said Jamaican, but so maybe his father's Jamaican or something like that. So the issue with that, and this is kind of the problem that Black people are talking about. And when I say Black people, I'm talking about the native-born Black people who who are descended from enslaved Africans in America, North America. I hate to say it, but this is one of those issues where you have people who are Black, they're Black immigrants, but they don't necessarily see themselves as Black Americans. So they do things, and then Black people get blamed for it. And I looked at that video, and the guys, American Cholo, and then the other guys that were with him, I'm not familiar with those gentlemen. I'm sure they're good guys, and they were trying to make a correction, but Tyga let them sit there, or he sat there actually, and let them speak negative on Black American culture while he's actually not even a part of Black American culture. He's Caribbean, he's Asian, and he didn't say anything about that. He just kind of let that slide. And this whole time, there's a whole group of people who saw his video and thinking, well, that's a Black person doing that. And I suspect, well, actually, I know with 100% certainty that generally no intelligent Black American is going to do that, because we know that there's negative stereotypes associated with Black culture. We know there's negative stereotypes associated with basically, all cultures across the board. So if we make fun of somebody mockingly, then they're going to hit back with the stuff that, that is mocking of Black culture. And that's exactly what some people did. And he didn't clear that up. So I'm gonna say that was very disrespectful when I've seen other people when I got wind of this, I saw other Latin people try to give their spin on it, but they were very disrespectful when they were doing it. And they did the fried chicken videos with the watermelon and the blackface and all the other stuff.
So they were like, how does it feel? I understand the intention, but at the same time, that was very poor execution. This is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah, you don't do that. That's stupid. You could just have your voice and your opinion heard outside of actually doing something wild, racist. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, his joint is gonna got taken down. He took his joint
I saw that it got taken down. Yeah, and then the thing is that this gets laid at the feet of FBA, and this is just another thing that creates tension between two different groups.
And it shouldn't create tension whatsoever. It shouldn't create tension whatsoever. The thing is that we got some little ass clowns that decide to put on blackface and use that whole watermelon thing as a way to mock Black folks, which they shouldn't have. And we have to be very clear. They shouldn't have done that. There was no reason to do that, but now some people like Tariq Nasheed is going to use that and say, look how Latinos are. That's your Black and brown unity.
He's already doing that.
Which shouldn't happen, because I didn't take the Jose Alba thing, and I did not say, well, look at the Black Americans, they just beat us up, and that's what you're Black and brown. I didn't do that, because I understand individuals do not represent the whole group. Yeah. Tariq Nasheed does that shit because he wants to cause division. You feel me? And I could care less about. And I read your message, and I totally understand. If I want to pull up on Twitter Spaces, okay. The thing is,
you really should just calm down on that stuff.
No, but check this out. I already know, even if I come respectful or if I come hot-headed, either way, he has control of everything. He's gonna shut me off, roast me, make a puppet, and all that other stuff. That's great. I want him face to face. That's something way different.
Okay, that's actually even better.
Face to face.
You don't really have any issues with him, and I think there's literally a lot of misunderstanding. This really is something that when you do stuff behind the keyboards and between YouTube and the chatter and all this other stuff, there's a lot of misunderstandings. I do give him credit for coming face to face with. So I don't know. So was American Cholo, was he kind of like the designated rep to deal with this? Did you guys agree that he was going to do this, or
the what?
To deal with this Tyga incident? So I do give Tyga some props for actually being a man and going there and actually dealing with that face to face and sitting down with those folks. That's a good thing. I do give him credit for that. But he really should have made the distinction right there and said, "Hey, look, I think
that it should happen face to face, like with American Cholo and Tyga." That should happen face to face. Good thing. Tariq Nasheed has an issue with American Cholo. That should be handled face to face. You know what I'm saying? So with my issues when it comes to Tariq Nasheed and his poor lack of knowledge of Latinidad or Latin unity or whatever the case is, I want to do that face to face. I'm not just gonna hide behind a computer. Well, let's live stream it. No. We're gonna do it face to face, and I'm gonna correct you on certain things. There is certain things that Tariq Nasheed is absolutely right about, and there's a lot of things that he's not right about. And he puts a lot of emphasis on the fact that, Don, you gotta mute yourself, bro. He puts a lot of emphasis on the fact that a lot of Latinos like to check on the white, and I've been debunked that whole thing that America forces a lot of Latinos to check white, and there is some part of Latinos that do check white on purpose. They do that. I'm not lying on that, but the majority of us, we don't check white. We check other or leave the race part blank because a lot of us are not educated on that, and it's common practice. It's common practice that they just check white for Latinos. They do it in hospitals, they do it in jails, they do it in universities, they do it all over the place. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you're right. Now on the flip side, so again, what people got to try to get away from is using a small group, because we have this problem. This is one of the biggest things that bothers me, as it relates to Black people. You find the worst people in the group or somebody that's doing something wrong, and then you use that as designated reps to represent the entire group. I reference that as surface level thinking and not really going into detail and doing the homework on it. So, like I said, Tyga, he was right as far as going in and sitting down with the guys and straightening it out and then pulling the video down, but he was not right in actually getting to the meat of why he actually did it and why he thought it was kind of okay. Because I hate to say this, and this is kind of Black people's business, but since it's crossing over and back and forth, there are people who come from different countries or who are descended from different groups, whether they were first or second generation or even third generation at this point, born in America, they still feel separate from native-born Black Americans. Like I've seen that, and it's unfortunate, but I've seen the videos, I've seen what they say about it, and it's one of those things that you don't like to talk about outside of Black Black culture, but it's an issue that we have internally that needs to be cleared up. And so this is where that FBA Black immigrant, if you've heard about it, I know you heard about it at this point, the FBA Black immigrant divide, the diaspora situation, and all the other stuff. This is where this stuff comes from. When they have a chance to actually clear things up and do things right, they don't fully come clean. They just kind of dump the trash on FBA.
Yeah,
that's an issue.
The thing is that some Black immigrants have to come truthful. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Are there Black immigrants who have negative stereotypes about Black Americans? Yes, there is. Are there Latinos who have negative stereotypes about Black Americans? Yes, there is. But again, the same way how there's scholars that break down the thinking and the history of why Black people were a certain way or perceive a certain way is the same way how we have to break down why they have that negative stereotype. For example, in Latin America, the reason why most Latinos have that negative stereotypes about Black Americans is because of TV. They literally bombard Latin America in the news. When they bring American news, is mostly negative about Black Americans. So they already have that perceived notion. You know what I'm saying? They already have that, Black Americans are bad and all this other stuff without even interacting with one. And the thing is, you actually have Mexicans in California making videos. It's like, hey, yo, I thought Black Americans were this and this and this and this. My homie is Black American and he's mad cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but, and you always get that. You always get that crossover.
But the thing is that it doesn't get promoted as much. What gets promoted is the fuckery. What gets promoted is
the things that create tension and actually cause friction between the groups. Yeah.
Exactly. In the end of the day, listen. This whole 2-3 weeks, I've been called a racist. I was called a white supremacy sympathizer. I was called, I was called an agent. I was called, an agent for white supremacy because I'm racist against FBA and all this other stuff. All I did was call out certain individuals in their fuckery. That's all I did. I didn't say nothing negative about Black Americans. I didn't say nothing negative about anything because I know that these people do not represent the whole group. I understand that clearly. I understand that. You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, Black Americans have a great, beautiful history. You know what I'm saying? That
Yes,
it'll
they
be
do.
it will be foolish of me to go out and just say, well, they don't have no history, they don't have no culture, when that's a complete lie. They obviously do. The same way how Latinos have a history and a culture here in America. A lot of times, like Tariq Nasheed likes to do, is likes to dismiss our achievements and just pretend it never even happened. For example, I was going in on Twitter. Arturo Schomburg. Arturo Schomburg is a black Puerto Rican who opened up a library about African history. If it wasn't for him, and I'm gonna say this with my 2 feet down with my chest out, if it was not for Arturo Schomburg, the whole woke movement, the Black Israelite movement, the More Science Temple movement, and all these other movements would have never happened if it wasn't for Arturo Schomburg. Why? Is because he brought in hidden knowledge that everybody did not know about Africa. Because all they thought was Africa was just a bunch of lions roaming around, and you just had a little hut, because that's what white people told you. Arturo Schomburg said, no, that's not the case. This is what it is. Africa is beautiful, and you come from a beautiful culture. Shout out to him. But what people like to say is, oh, well, he's black. No, he's a Puerto Rican, homie. You see how they try to take our shit away from that?
Yeah, and I hate that. I'm telling you that if anything bothers me, it's that surface level thinking and not really people going in deeper. And then they actually, and I would expect more from a scholar. So I know everybody is not scholars and they don't really dig down and do research and stuff like that. But I try to be really detailed and correct, or as close as possible. And if I say something wrong, then I don't mind if somebody corrects me, and I'll fix it right away.
I like to listen to older folks, especially if they're scholars or whatever the case is. I like to get in the information and spit out the BS. Yeah. If they're giving me some good information and then they're attaching that information with some fuckery that they have a narrative in, I throw that away and just focus on the information. I got Big T in the house. What's going on, Big T?
Yeah, man. My bad. I had to do something. I was busy, but yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I got Truth Teacher in the house. Truth, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on? What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Well, okay, so a couple of aspects here: the tension between African Americans and us from the Caribbean. What I want to say about that is we got to understand that there's fuckery and foolishness on all sides, because just like we got West Indians or whatever that got messed up ideas about African Americans, it goes the same way too.
Yes, I could actually speak on that.
African Americans that got messed up attitudes about us in the Caribbean, and the thing that we need to realize about all of this is that we're getting the negative messages about each other from the same source.
Yes.
So they'll come to us as West Indians, oh, you're not like those African Americans. And then they'll go to the African Americans and talk shit about us. How we're backward and we're primitive and we're coconuts and all this kind of shit. I mean, so we're being slandered. It's a game of divide and conquer.
Yep.
I've had white people come to me, oh, I don't have anything against black people, but I can't stand Puerto Ricans.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
And, so we're constantly being played off against each other.
I mean,
same thing, they'll go to Africans and talk crap about us over here, African Americans and West Indians all together.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all know the kind of crap that they tell us about Africans.
But let's be honest. The Puerto Ricans are unccivilized amongst the whole Latino. I'm just playing. I'm playing.
We're flechas, savages. I don't know what to do.
But to talk to on Truth Teacher, I could actually agree with this as being partially West Indian.
Radical look.
Because it's like
the chocolate.
It's like for example, right? I've heard so many West Indians they get it. They say, "Oh yeah, we're not like the African Americans," and then they'll try to get into a whole thing like, "Oh yeah, we're from the islands." But then within the Caribbean, you have certain prejudices, like from where you from too. Like for example, you got certain people who are like maybe from, let's just say, the Bahamas, right? They have a prejudice against somebody who is like from Trinidad or Tobago, or Jamaica, or Jamaican have a prejudice, I guess, somebody who's from the Windward or Leeward Islands. So therefore, it's sometimes ignorance that actually bring all this. And then if a person is already ignorant and they listen to somebody that they think is high class, they're going to actually go forwards with that ignorance. And I've seen this in all communities.
But you know what? I think, and I hate that I had to make this point, because I get that I make some points that people hate. Please don't get offended, but I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I think the problem that we have, not me necessarily, but like Americans, black or white, okay, the problem that Americans have for the most part when they get all this hate and the divisions that come with it, even the divisions from other groups that are just American transplants, comes because America has a problem with their immigrant class. And the problem is that America lives under the standard of glorifying the migration process. It's the only country that's an industrialized country that does that. If you go to France, if you go to Spain, if you go to even the UK, Australia, Denmark, you're never going to see that they're gonna glorify or create spaces and include the immigrant class precisely for this type of issue. Because when immigrants come in, they bring their culture with them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm an immigrant myself. But the problem is that when they bring their culture, and here their culture starts being celebrated, and they feel like they have to be included in the culture instead of adapting to the Americana, the country suffers.
Go
ahead, Ron.
I want to give a huge shout out to Kevin C. 120. I don't know if that's Peruvian money. I think
that's Honduran lempiras.
Oh, Lempiras. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, lempiras. Yeah, right, I'm down in Honduras.
Oh, okay, cool. Shout out to you. Thanks for bringing some of these issues to the light. It's crazy, but Black people have some things to work out before they go in front of other people. 100% true. Thank you very much for that, Kevin C. Continue, Denise, and I want Kevin C to
when you get I'll close out.
To elaborate on his thing. But go ahead.
So the thing is that, for example, imagine if you move like 50,000 Americans, 25,000 of them white, 25,000 of them Black. You move them to Guatemala. And over there in Guatemala, they have these programs where they're going to have the American Heritage Month. They're going to celebrate the American 4th of July. They start observing it. They start giving them incentives for being the American Guatemalan population, and the politicians start catering to that group. What do you think Americans will feel towards the Guatemalan people and Guatemalan issues? Are they going to integrate with Guatemala, or they're just going to remain in their position? So these things, when we see people coming into America, they will align with themselves and not with the groups within America, because America thrives in dividing the peasantry. I've even talked about this on a previous stream. America thrives in that. So when people start leading with, oh, I'm Jamaican, or I'm Puerto Rican, or I'm Mexican, or I'm West Indian, or I'm African, or I'm this, when you see this stuff, you know that we're never going to move forward. Problems are going to continue, or they're going to fester, because we're actually allowing this to happen. And that's why I said migration in America, because of the way the country is. And I know it's going to sound all kinds of messed up for the people that are actual immigrants from other places, because whatever reason, right? America has to control their migration for a minute until people can integrate and blend in into the Americana.
Yeah,
and
but
it has to happen.
Yeah, I want to read. Wait, real quick. I want to wait, real quick. Wait, real quick. I want to read what Danny said. The only migration needed in the U.S. would be white Nubian snow queens from Eastern Europe. Nothing like a blue-eyed, blonde-haired, power white Nubian goddess.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Dude,
Man, he's got jokes. He's got jokes.
Nubian. That's
the
part.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, but you know, the problem.
You be in my fucking ass.
The problem with the United States is they never developed a unified culture the same way that we have in like Caribbean and Latin American countries. You know, it's always been an issue of division, right? And if you wanted to be, the only ones that they kind of integrated were, you know, like Europeans to some extent. But in order to do that, you had to give up your culture and, you know, adopt the white Anglo-Saxon culture. But if you're Native American, if you were African American, you were never allowed to integrate, you know? And it's not like they didn't want to. You know, the whole experience of the African Americans in this country has been one long effort to integrate, to become part of America, and being rejected.
But the thing is, like, if you think about it, true, the most influential American, and I have no dog in the fight.
Are Dominicans? Yes, I agree. I agree.
I'm not African American, but let's keep it real. Today, you go outside, and 9 times out of 10, a person that looks either white, brown, or black, it's very likely that they will talk to you in AAVE rather than bland English. That is just how it is. Okay? We see it everywhere we go. So wouldn't it be easier for America just to blend in to the culture that's the most influential one? Because let's keep it real. What is the Americana on the white side aside from apple pie, cheeseburgers, and hot dogs? There's no culture there. Okay, the only American people that somewhat have a culture is the African Americans. Adopt that culture since you already live in it. Keep it moving. Adapt it to whatever you like and what you don't like. They even eat alike. It's just that white people eat it more on the bland side, and African Americans actually season their food.
But
so
I want Kevin C to elaborate on his super chat a little bit more, and then we'll start closing it out. Kevin C, go ahead.
Roger, I would just say that, you know, black people collectively, black immigrants, native-born black Americans, FBA, descendants of freedmen, whatever you want to call all the black folks, we need to get our stuff together and stop all the bickering and nonsense, because it's already crossing over. And I hate that people who are not black, see it, and then we have to try to explain it, and then we have people literally who are black who are helping to create the tension. Because if we fix ourselves, then we can actually, come together and cross over and actually fix the whatever tension that might be with other groups. But because we have our own internal divisions, and this is what I hate to talk about, when I'm not really with a core group of black folks, but it's unfortunate because you guys see it and then you know about it, but then the other part of it is you don't know all the details about it, and you guys know it, but I'm just saying that everybody else does it, and then now you got people arguing and fussing and fighting, literally maybe in the streets about, I saw that video, man. And we're like, hey, black people would never do that, because we know that it just doesn't make sense. We don't like blackface, so it doesn't make sense for us to mock other people. But you got to remember that there are other people that come from other countries. They don't, even though they know the history, they really don't internalize the meaning of like all the blackface and all the negative stuff and stuff that comes with being black in America. So it's just a lot of stuff we got to fix. All of that being said, hey, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, you had something?
Yeah, like catch me up on speed. Like, what the hell is this thing about Tyga? Just like really quick, what the hell happened?
So he made a video mocking Latinos, right? And the problem is that he's, even though he's black, technically, which he is, he's Jamaican, or well, somebody said he's Haitian, but at any rate, he's from the Caribbean and he's Asian. It's one of those things where he's not really inculcated into black culture, but he's representing black culture, so people think he's automatically black. And I hate to say it, but you have people, not all of them, but you have enough that come to the United States, they get a part of black culture, they do benefit from it, and that's fine. But at the same time, when they represent black culture, we're really expecting them to represent it in a positive way and not embarrass us and have to and then FBA or Friedman have to come in and explain it. So that's the issue, because now he has to answer the black folks.
But what did he do?
He made a video mocking Latinos. You didn't see the video?
No. But that's the thing. Look, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one, Kevin, and I'm gonna say why. I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. I'm gonna say why. There's plenty of videos and situations and media mocking Latinos in way worse ways than this. And I think at this point, we're dividing Tyga from the black community, from his blackness, because even though he's raised in he's blending to the Americana. Let's keep it real.
Okay, yeah.
Simply because there is this underlying expectation of perfection always put on black Americans. Don't get me wrong. The same thing happens in brown Americans like us Latinos. There's an expectation that we have to be perfect, but that expectation is never put on our white counterparts. It's never put on our Asian counterparts. So at what point, and it saddens me to see that sometimes we do these things to our own collectives. Why is it that our collectives and our people cannot just make something that might be even a mistake? People are not perfect. And if we're able to tolerate imperfection from other groups, we can't expect our collective to be perfect in order to work. Because if we're expecting the collective to be perfect to work on something and unite, we're never going to move forward because we're never going to be perfect. It's not going to happen.
I get you, and I agree with that. That's a good point. But I put, black people don't have the power to enforce it, but we judge white people pretty harshly too. I mean, they've been catching a lot of hell. If you heard white men complain, they've been like, "Oh, it's hard to be a white man in America right now." Now, keep in mind that white men aren't being lynched. White men aren't being denied opportunities. White men aren't being, shot 60 plus times by police. Nobody's doing it.
And they don't get canceled. If you think about it, look at all the heat that Joe Rogan has received.
Yeah.
How many people go and try to slap or stab Joe Rogan on a show? Now, we have had Chris Rock being slapped and Dave Chappelle tried to be stabbed.
Attacked,
You get my point? For doing the exact same thing that Joe Rogan does. Let's keep it real here.
Well, that's the benefit of having the system set up to help you and give you benefits and privileges that everybody else doesn't get and protect you at the same time.
Yeah.
And don't think that white folks don't know that while they're sitting here saying they don't know it.
I want to say to Denise, you cool? No, let me stop. I want to say that I kind of agree with you, but also in the same time, I disagree because even though what Tyga did was a mockery of Mexican culture. Let's be honest.
Oh my God! How is it a mockery?
It was a mockery.
It was. I agree. It was a mockery.
Okay.
He shouldn't be doing
that. Let me ask you something.
Check this out. Because check this out. If it was the reverse and it was a white person there, right, in blackface, right, eating fried chicken, going into a Cadillac, and then having watermelon rain down on him while he's dancing, what would you say about that?
Nothing.
Bullshit.
At this point,
bullshit. You'll have 5 streams, and you would be like,
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you.
Black folks would go off on that. You know that.
I'm gonna tell you something. You have white folks today. I mean, black folks. I'm sorry, going off at people, but also you have to look at the progress. Black people have been trained for generations in America to be easily triggered. because of course this country has not allowed Black folks to breathe a little bit in order for them to decrease all the tensions from, you know, many generations of craziness. So now in modern times, we're seeing more and more large pockets of African Americans not even reacting to the N-word, which is something that was known for many decades to trigger them. There are still large numbers that do. I'm not going to take that away. But in reality, we're seeing more and more African Americans today that do not give a flying F about those words anymore. So, like I said, you're always going to have those groups of people that will get offended. But trust and believe, those numbers of people being snowflakes are being depleted because people are catching a drift. You don't have to get offended.
That is true. That's true. That's true. I hate that you just changed my mind on that bullshit.
Black folks are going to get offended, though. Black folks are going to get offended. But you know, we might not get triggered by racial slurs, because what really, you know, actually adds to the racial slurs is if you're beating us up while you're saying it.
Yeah,
that's going to be a problem.
One thing I have to give the Black community super props in is when y'all get mad, y'all unite quick, yo.
Oh,
yo,
yes.
Whether we like each other or not, we do that.
Y'all unite. Listen, all y'all little internal beefs goes out the window.
Yeah, no one is a Hebrew Israelite or a
nobody
is nothing.
None of that. Y'all go like, yo, you find this offensive? Me too. Let's hold hands and fight white supremacy. You know what I mean? When it comes to Latinos, we barely get out the couch, bro.
Look at what happened when the mass migration was happening last year, and literally within our people, there was people saying, "Don't come here, stay in your fucking countries." Literally, I swear to God, I have screenshots, mass screenshots about those messages that you could see, all those tweets that were disgusting. Why are these people still coming here like roaches?
Yeah.
Why are they still crawling up in here? Go back to your country. I'm like, that's you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you talking about? That's us.
And we didn't fucking go crazy for that shit. You know what I mean? But we'll go crazy for breakfast tacos.
Yeah. I find that, again, that was another thing. I don't know about you, but I'm a Taco Bell crunchy taco. I wasn't offended by that, you know, at all.
Excuse me, guys. What we need to do is go to the Bogadas.
What? The bodega.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, even I kind of cringed. I'm like, oh man, she messed that up. And then she did the taco. You know the thing about it was she actually wasn't trying to be offensive. She was trying to be very complimentary.
Yeah.
She just didn't understand that she wasn't.
You gotta see the intention behind it.
No. Don't give me that.
No, you
Denise,
got to.
But when she realized that, she apologized right away and she tried to fix it.
Do not give me that whole. You gotta see the intention, but no.
But you got to, right? You can be triggered this.
No, because no. Wait. First of all, what was the intention of Trump calling us rapists and
he did not call us?
Yes,
he did. No, he
yes,
did not.
Did.
I can left you. I can literally swear on my life. That's not what he said. He literally said verbatim, Mexico and Central America are not sending their best people anymore.
Exactly.
We're getting their criminals and their rapists.
Exactly.
Oh, so what okay. Have you been in Gotham City, LA again?
Wait, Gotham City, LA. There's a Gotham City.
This is Gotham City right now. This is Mexico City.
I have not been recently. I have not been to Gotham City, LA.
They're saying the same thing about New York too.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. People took what the Shito said out of context. I'm just keeping it real, just to get more votes for whatever other side.
Listen, I heard what I heard, and
you're just doing that womanist I said what I said, period type of argument.
Yeah, I did.
That's not what it is.
Yo, don't call me out like this, yo.
Okay.
All right. Hey guys, thanks for letting me up. I don't want to take up too much more of your time.
No
Black folks, we got to fix our stuff, and then we got to fix it with other people. But we got to still at the same time keep fighting the system that's actually trying to oppress us. That's just big power fist. Big up to you guys. Thanks for letting me up. I appreciate you.
All right, no problem. Catch you later,
Thank
bro.
you,
I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Don, I want you to go. Give me 1 minute of what you think about this.
You escaped that. You escaped that Cheeto discussion because you
were
asleep.
I don't want to have it.
About
I don't want to have it. I don't want to have it.
But why you don't want to have it? Is it? It's the truth.
About what?
Do you want to play the clip?
No, we could play the clip. The thing is, he still called us criminals and rapists.
No,
that's
he
the thing.
did not. He did not call us that.
Talking about we're not sending their best. Who else is he calling that to? He's calling us criminals and rapists.
Radical. Let's keep it real. And what have you seen the quality of the folk that's migrating here?
Yes.
The good Mexicans and Central Americans are staying in their countries.
No, they're not. They're coming.
Radical. Come on, we can't be hypocrites about this. Come on,
Mexicans. They're coming over here to be good Mexicans.
No, the good working Mexican people that are already here, they're staying here. But the good working Mexican people that live in Mexico and Central America, they're staying over there. They're not coming over here. They don't want to come to the shithole. They want to stay in the country.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not believe that the criminal class is coming over here to make more criminality. That's bullshit.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think so.
Are you kidding?
I think that the criminal class that you're referring to is first generation Latinos who are already in that criminal mindset. That's what I think.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you the tea.
Okay,
and this is the truth. You can look it up.
Okay, give me the tea. Give me the tea.
When we decriminalized nationally marijuana, that the criminal organizations in Latin America felt the hit. That was something they made money with. Let's keep it real.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think they replaced marijuana with? That income.
Meth.
No.
What?
Cocaine.
People. They traffic people. Where can you? Do you think they're gonna snatch people just from one place? They gotta supply. Look up the sex trafficking and human trafficking ring happening here in LA. When women are advised, even by cops, do not park next to vans. Do not leave your car unattended.
Oh, I was gonna say fentanyl. Yeah, I was gonna say fentanyl.
Fentanyl is another form of the drug that they're trafficking. I get that. But the trafficking is a real thing here in LA. That's a real thing.
Did you hear the about fentanyl? Did you guys hear? If you have it in the same room, you'll get an overdose. Oh shit!
Yeah. Is that strong?
If you think about it, you'll get no. Let me stop. No, but apparently
you manifested
exactly. If you're in one room and the fentanyl is in another room, leave it there because it's his own room now. That's what it apparently is, like super strong. If you touch it, you'll die. I'm like, what?
But look, even look at the dude. There was a girl this week. I even posted this on my Instagram. There was this dude that just came fresh from the border. I don't remember from which country in Latin America he's from. Fresh from the border. First thing he does is sexually assault a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Come on, radical.
I saw that, but that's one that escaped.
Dude,
that's one that escaped.
Dude, that's not one. There's a lot. They're cleaning house.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna give you 3 minutes because I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna give you Denise 3 minutes to make your point on this anti-immigrant because I'm Puerto Rican and I'm born a national. God.
I'm an immigrant as well. I left my country.
No. 3 minutes, Jose. 3 minutes for her. Hold on. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Now, like I said, all I'm gonna say don't listen to
That's
Radical
bullshit.
and his biased assessment of what Deshito said. I get that. Deshito does not know how to talk. We don't need that madness in 2024. But one thing I'm going to say, we got to accept reality. And reality right now is that the good people from Latin America is staying in Latin America. They're not coming out here. Okay.
Okay.
And that is a reality. And if you live near the border, you're feeling it. You're feeling the crime.
That's a lie.
So no, you're feeling the crime. Radical doesn't feel it because he's literally living. He can see the White House from his window. So of course he's not gonna. Don't listen to Radical. He doesn't live in the same reality that you and me.
And the White House is beautifully white. I want to keep it. No, let me stop. Go ahead.
So Radical doesn't live in the same realm that you and me live. Don't listen to Radical Latino's perspective on this. I know better. No, I'm joking, guys. No, thank you for having me, Rod. But honestly, we need to talk deeper about this issue because
I think we do. I really do. All jokes aside, I think we do because I think that we could come with a different perspective on this. You know what I mean? But it seems like you know way more about it than I do. But continue. Go ahead.
But literally, no, I'm gonna collect info so that I can bring it because I don't like just to talk about out my ass about what I'm talking. But literally, like if you live near the border, if you live in Arizona or you live in California or Texas, you're feeling the crime. It's not a joke, and like I said, it's not a diss. Okay, we have good and bad people, and we have to admit it, and we have to separate from the criminal class. With that being said, I am not offended by Tyga. Again, we appropriate other cultures and disrespect people from we disrespect people from other cultures, and that it's okay. We don't need to be offended by this. I'm also a crunchy Taco Bell crunchy taco. I'm not offended by that either. And like I said, I've never heard of any Mexican that's easily offended also. So
Okay.
I doubt that they're offended by this.
Okay. Thank you, Denise. Jesus
You're gonna
Christ.
have a backstage or no?
Yes, I am. All right. Thank you, Denise. Jesus. Don, you got 1 minute, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. All I have to say is this. Yeah. I mean, people been dissing people since the dawn of time. And I get dissed like 3 or 4 times. So at the end of the day, people are going to be sensitive. People are going to offend people. It's not going to stop now. It's not going to stop later. The only thing is, though, you have to educate yourself. That's it.
All right. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Don. Truth, if you're going to have some loud ass shit, at least mute yourself. God damn. Jose, you got 1 minute, bro. Tell me what you think about. Give me your closing statements.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for being gracious for allowing me to be on your platform. The fact of the matter is, I did not see the video regarding Tyga. So, but I don't believe in intention. I believe in results. There is a connection between the Caribbean and Africa. The fact for multiple reasons. Thank you very much, and I yield the balance of my time.
All right, thank you very much, Jose. Big T, 1 minute. Tell me what are your final thoughts?
All right, man. I just want to say, let's just stop slandering each other, man. Let's get along, man. Let's just love each other's culture, man. And also, let's stay away from the Tyreeks and the Umars and the other extremists, pro-blacks, and the blacks that don't want the coalition with
toxic people. Stay away from toxic people. Yeah.
You feel me? And then another thing, man, stop fucking kissing Spain ass, man. love your fucking African ancestors, man. Love us, man. There's nothing wrong with identifying with us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
On your indigenous side, man. Love it, man. You gotta love it.
Facts. Thank
y'all
you
gotta
very
accept
much.
the fact y'all niggas, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yo, facts. Yo, catch you later, bro. Oh man, that's funny. You got 1 minute, bro. Truth. Give me your final thoughts.
Well, my final thoughts is I want to say that I support the Latino community coming here and opening up their Bogota, Yo Quiero Taco Bell,
I hate you so fucking much.
and Denise, Coqui Lives Matter. We know what you did last summer, murderous. But, you know, on the serious side, though, we have to stop letting people pull our strings emotionally.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is, man, look, we all shit on each other. And we
Yeah.
shit on ourselves as well. You know, so people talking about, oh, African Americans, a crime and all of this. We can stay in our own countries and see the fuckery and foolishness right there. We don't even have to come to the United States and deal with African Americans because we got fuckery right there in our own countries. I guess a lot of us, we come here and we forget what we left behind or the people we left behind. But
Yeah.
ain't nobody here perfect. We all got shitty draws.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Truth Teacher. And with that being said, I'm gonna catch everybody later. Thank you for coming in. Peace.